Okay, so as you can see, today we are going to work some hyperbolas where we're given information and we want to come up with the equation. Okay, we're going to treat this very similar to how we worked with these on ellipses. Okay, and as long as you got a good understanding yesterday of hyperbolas, you're going to do just fine with this. It's probably going to be a lot easier than what we did yesterday. Okay, so let's think about this. We're given that the foci are at 5, 0 and negative 5, 0. And we are given that the vertices are at 3, 0 and negative 3, 0. So what did we do first to start with on ellipses? Okay, but even before that, let's plot what we know. Go ahead and draw yourself a little grid and plot what you know. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a foci. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's another focus. All right. Our vertices are at 3, 0 and negative 3, 0. Okay. Before we decide our center, is this horizontal or is this vertical? Horizontal. What does that mean comes first in my equation? X's. The X's are going to come first. Okay? What is my center? 0, 0. My center is 0, 0. All right? So let's write the base of our equation so that we can fill in what we know. What is that going to look like? Good. X squared over something, right? Minus y squared over something. Good. Equals 1. How do we know it's just x squared and y squared? Good. The center is the origin, so we don't have anything to add or subtract. All right? Do we know what goes under x squared or y squared? We know what goes under x squared. What goes under x squared? 9. And we get that by determining that A is what? 3. Because from the center to your vertex, that's A, and A equals 3. So under my x squared, I'm going to put 3 squared, which is 9. Good. All right. We've got to figure out what's going to go under our y's. What's the equation we can use to find that out? Good. C squared equals A squared plus B squared. What is C? 5. Center to the vertex. So 25 equals 9 plus B squared. So what must B squared be? Good. There's your equation. Questions? All your instructions say is given your information, write the equation of the hyperbola. So that's all you have to do. Okay? All right, let's do another one. So your vertices are at 0, 5 and 0, negative 5. And you're given the equations of your asymptotes. Y equals 5/3 x and y equals negative 5/3 x. So let's plot what we know. Our vertices are at 0, 5, and 0, negative 5. Our asymptotes are y equals 5/3 x and y equals negative 5/3 x. What does that tell me about where they cross this graph? It has to go through 0, 0. There's no y-intercept. So if I go through my origin, I'm approximating, obviously. Okay, there are my two asymptotes. So first thing we have to decide, horizontal hyperbola or vertical hyperbola? Vertical. Because our, how do we know? The vertices go up and down. Good. Okay. Well, it's vertical. What's our center? 0, 0. How does the slope of 5/3 and negative 5/3 help us, Corey? Good. Because if we go up 5, how many do we have to go over? 3. So 1, 2, 3. Here would be a covertice. All right. I think we have enough information to write our equation. Yes? Okay. It's vertical. So how does it start?
Y squared.
It's going to start y squared. Okay. Let's go ahead and just do the tops because we know those orders. Oh, sorry, minus, yep. Okay, we have to decide what goes on the bottom of y squared. So goes on the bottom, that's my a value. What's my a value? My a value is 5 because from the center to my vertex is 5. So under y squared is 25. My center to my covertice is my b value. What's my b value? 3. So what goes under here? 9. Questions? Okay, let's do one more. Our foci are at 12, negative 2, and 0, negative 2. And our vertex is at 8, negative 2. Okay, let's plot what we know. All right. Horizontal hyperbola or vertical? Horizontal. Can we find our center? Yes. How can we do that? Midpoint of the foci. Yep. It's got to be directly in between your foci. So what is our center? 6, negative 2. Good. Oops, sorry. It should be right there. So our center is at 6, negative 2. What other information do we have that we've already found out? We know where our vertex is, so what does that tell us? What A is. So from our center to our vertex, what's A going to have to equal? A equals 2. You keep going. Try and finish this one. Where does A squared go? Under the x's. Good. That's 4. What's the equation we use to relate A, B, and C? C squared equals A squared plus B squared. Okay. So what is C?
36.
C is 6, so C squared is 36. Equals 4 plus B squared. So what is B squared? 32. Questions on that? Okay. Let me give you a couple quick words about your quiz tomorrow. Okay. Remember, you do not have your formula chart on your quiz. You will have some basic formulas, but they will not have any descriptions with them. There's not going to be anything telling you what's A, what's B, what's C, which one's ellipse, which one's hyperbola. Okay? So you have to know them well enough to be able to identify them and know when to use what. Okay? Other than that, you have your homework, so you can go ahead and get started. AP 6.3 is going to be posted on Blackboard today after school. Okay? You need to do that on Blackboard and it's due next Thursday.